So for those of you that don't know or may be new to the channel, you will know that my Turbo Scion FRS has two different maps in its tune. One, which is its wastegate map, which is around 10 PSI, and map 2, which is my kill mode, which is 14.5 PSI. Now, roughly estimating with people that have done similar mods with E85, on wastegate we should be seeing somewhere around 330 wheel, and then on map 2, somewhere north of 400 wheel horsepower. And if you've been around watching the videos for a while, you will know that I've just been dealing with lots of just tiny issues, from boost leaks to the car not running right to what I thought was a fuel delivery issue, and now I think I am dealing with a misfire issue on map 2. Map 1 is completely fine, no issues whatsoever, outside of maybe just not feeling as quick as it should, but map 2 is basically unusable, or really I just don't want to touch it at all, because under wide open throttle it just breaks up and basically feels like it's fuel cutting. And although I'm not 100% sure what the problem is, I'm going to figure it out today. So in the FRS, I use which is probably the #1 tuning software for the FRS BRZ platform. And I am going to use the software to help figure out just which cylinder is misfiring. You would think I would have a check engine light come up for it, but I don't. And in all honesty, I am thinking this is going to be a coil pack issue, because on the 2013 FRS and BRZ, it's been a known issue. Such an issue to that I believe in 2015 they came out with a new coil pack that I guess is just better designed and doesn't suffer the same issues that the 2013 version had. You can see on my laptop here, I am not exactly logging just yet, but I have all of my parameters listed that I basically care about. For those of you that are going to do this on your own, if you go to parameters by source, OEM, and then scroll down and select cylinder misfire count for all cylinders, it will bring it up to the top and populate it in your logged parameters list, which you can then use to just keep an eye and figure out what cylinders misfire. We can go ahead and just drive around town in map 2, of course, until we see any one of these misfire counts populated. Alright, so we're just cruising around town in map 1 right now. Like I thought, we have no misfires whatsoever in map 1, but I did kind of make the mistake to do some street testing in the middle of the day at 4:30 when everyone's on their way back home from work. So I'm trying to find somewhere now where I can safely get on it without having to worry about any police or any other traffic. Your boy's trying to be responsible right now for once. All right, I think I'm in a safe spot now. So we'll go ahead and put the car into map 2. And the cool thing with Ecutech is that I can do that with my cruise control button. I just gotta hold up. You'll see the RPM gauge move, then press up, just like that. And we're in map 2. Computer say. pretty new, it has to be those coil packs. It has to. Well, now that we know which cylinders are misfiring, and with about 80 to 85% confidence as to that explaining why the engine cuts out like that in the high boost map, we are going to go ahead and swap out coil packs. And the nice thing about it, well, it's not really nice because of what happened, but since the BRZ engine is already out and the engine's just sitting over in the side of the garage, I'll go ahead and pull off the coil packs that I know should be good, and we'll just swap those into the FRS. Boxer engine people are kind of afraid to do anything spark related just because of how tight it is to access your spark plugs or coil packs. But I'll tell you, with my big hands, and if I'm able to do it, you guys should be able to do it too. So don't be afraid. And because all that we're doing now is just swapping out coil packs on cylinders 1, 3, and 4, we're basically doing a spark plug change, but without changing out the spark plugs. Coil packs 3 and 4 are out. But I'll tell you, I spent a good 15 to 20 minutes just getting the right angle to loosen up the 10mm bolts that hold the coil pack to the head. Here are the 2 new BRZ ones. Well, not new, but newly used. And we'll just throw them in. Now, as far as coil pack number 1 is concerned, you don't have to remove the fuel injector cover to at least have enough space to get to it. You just have to finagle around and eventually you'll get that bolt loose. All right, so the coil packs have been swapped out. Now we can go take this thing for a test drive and hope for the best. All right, so I am in map 2. I have the computer running. Let's hope that we aren't misfiring or having the same issue that we've been having. Well, there you go. And it looks like the misfire counter has a misfire registered for cylinders 1, 2, and 3 now. So talk about a weird set of circumstances now. What I will do now is try to replicate it while I'm logging so that I can send it over to James over at HRI Tuning to get his take on it and see what he thinks is up with it. So let me just click logging to file right now. All right. All right, well, it didn't do it there. All right, there we go. That's the money right there. Well, I am not 100% sure now what could be the reasoning as to why the FRS is running the way it is. I did just send that data log over to James. I took a peek at it and it might be hitting fuel cut for some odd reason. Then again, I'm not a tuner, so I don't really necessarily know what to look for. It might just be a tuning related issue that just needs to be figured out. But hopefully James over at HRI Tuning
can at least give me some insight into what might be the problem. Although I did just change out the spark plugs less than 2,000 miles ago. But either way, I'm glad that the FRS is getting some much needed attention, because I'm not saying I've neglected it, but I've been really trying to grind to get that S13 done. And it is my goal that I'm going to make that for the September 8th drift event, the S13 will be done, and it'll be my first time out there making its debut. And then I'm gonna try to convince Drift Dad to take the FRS just so we can get some more practice. But either way, that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and hopefully we'll figure out what's going on with this FRS, and before you know it, we'll be hitting 14.5 PSI, beating Mustangs and Camaros left and right. Probably not, but I'll see you guys next time. Peace.